What's going on, YouTube? It's 𝐬𝐴 𝐸 back again for another YouTube reaction video. Today's video, we're gonna be reacting to 10 worst haram things in
World class.
Islam. Now, some of y'all already might know a lot of things that is haram, and a lot of you keep on doing it. I try to talk to a lot of people in my day-to-day life about doing things that's haram, but they just don't want to listen to me for some reason. But shoot, without further ado, let's get straight to the video.
Yeah.
The term haram. And the term haram refers to what is forbidden in the religion of Islam according to Islamic law. Here are 10 things that are considered haram in the religion of Islam. Welcome back to another episode of FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and people from all backgrounds and faiths watch our videos. But these things in this episode that I'm going to share with you, you're definitely going to want to avoid them if you want to be a really good Muslim, or if you're just curious to know what Islam views as haram. Be sure to watch from 10 all the way to number 1 so you don't miss any of these. Well, let's just jump right in. Starting at number 10, we have mistreating your wife. So mistreating your spouse is one of the biggest sins, and it's considered haram in Islam. Now, the Prophet Muhammad...
I've been telling you, stop cheating on your wife, bro. But like, you don't be listening, bro.
Man. I mean, I'm single, but...
He taught people that they need to be very friendly and kind to their wives. According to Muslim belief, Prophet Muhammad even stated that you need to try to make your spouse your best friend. In a hadith narrated by Al-Tirmidhi, it says, the Prophet said, the best of you are those who are the best to their wives, and I am the best of you to my wives. The next thing considered haram in Islam is tattoos. Now, there's a hadith that says this: may Allah curse the women who do tattoos and those from whom tattoos are done, those who pluck their eyebrows and those who file their teeth for the purpose of beautification and alter the creation of Allah. Specifically, that's found in Al-Bukhari Al-Libas number 5587.
You don't have any tattoos, do you?
No.
Do you plan on getting in the future?
No. Why?
No. That's a good one. No, yeah, no, I just want to make sure, I just want to make sure you're still on the path to converting to Islam back sometime in the future.
I'm not converting, unfortunately. No, actually, no, fortunately, I'm not converting. It's due to Christianity and what's in the Bible and stuff. That's why I'm not getting a tattoo. It says the same thing. Well, pretty much the same thing.
Interest is at number 8, and the term riba refers to interest, and this is something that is completely haram in Islam, largely due to the fact that...
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Charging interest, huh?
And this is something that is completely haram in Islam, largely due to the fact that it makes poor people even poorer. So like if you owe money and you're charged interest, in the end, you end up poor because you end up spending more money than you actually owed. Now in the hadith from Abdullah ibn Hamzallah, this is what is recorded that the Prophet Muhammad had said. The Prophet said, a dirham or riba which a man receives knowingly is worse than committing adultery 36 times. And debt payments is what kills a lot of people, because if you owe $20,000 with interest, you probably owe closer to $25,000, $30,000 in some cases. Next time I gotta pay off a car loan or something, I'm gonna tell them, listen,
so
man.
I guess the saying like yeah, loans and stuff, like giving loans and stuff is like, well, giving loans is okay, I guess, but if it's like if you add like interest rate to it, then it's haram. So I guess technically all the banks out there are haram.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
You're charging interest on that? That's haram. Adultery and fornication coming at number 7. Now there's a passage in the Quran, Surah 17 verses 32 that says this: and do not approach unlawful sexual intercourse, indeed it is ever an immorality and is evil as a way. So of course, having relations outside of your marriage, as well as having intimate relations, not
no, just muffle.
Being married, that's haram. Drinking alcohol is another big haram thing in Islam, and it's found in the Quran, Surah 5 verse...
Wait, so isn't it like you're not supposed to drink alcohol at all, right?
No.
Okay.
This is 90. There's a passage that says this: "O you who have
unless
believed indeed..."
Unless you were unaware of, but yeah, that's
Intoxicants, gambling, sacrifices on stone altars to other than Allah, and divining arrows are but defilement from the work of Satan. So avoid it that you may also be successful. By the way, guys, if you're finding this episode interesting, we do have more videos.
That's why I be finding it crazy when and it's so annoying whenever I tell people, like someone tries to they're talking to me or whatever, and then I tell them, oh, I don't drink, or I don't smoke weed, or I don't watch porn, something like that, and then like something like that, and then they try to
What did you
make
smile at the
they.
last part?
You said what?
What did you smile at the last part?
What do you mean?
Oh no, I thought I saw you. Maybe I missaw it. I just thought I saw you smiling, but maybe
Wait,
my visual,
wait, you can see me smiling?
maybe my visualization. Fuck it, whatever. Continue what you're saying.
No, but yeah, like all those things, like I'll tell someone like I don't do those things, and then they try to like make me seem like I'm weird, or like they try to make me seem like I'm weird for not wanting to drink, or not wanting to smoke weed and do those type of things, or not wanting to go out to parties, and not wanting to have sex with a bunch of random people I don't know, and not wanting to. It is just stupid. Like I know people that also do stuff like they think because female now a lot of females are being hoes and sleeping around with a bunch of people. These are guys too, right? They'll be like, oh, if it says every females are hoes now, I'm gonna be a hoe too. I don't care. And it's like that's the same thing that it falls back on with me from the very start. I used to say, whenever females say, oh, like they would say something like, oh, if guys could do it, why can't I do it? Like how they see guys sleeping around with a bunch of people, then they want to do it too. And I would say, I always argue that for a female, sleeping around is much worse than it is for a guy, because if you're a female and you're sleeping around, you're gonna be losing value over time, and that's one thing that guys want in a female, their purity. Like so, if a guy comes along and they see that you have 30 bodies, they're gonna less likely to want you, right? So if we moved on from that, well, we didn't move on from it, but from that first topic of the of females saying, "Oh, if guys could do it, why can't I do it?" And then now we got a whole bunch of females that are hoes, and then because guys are seeing females do that too, these guys that are normally wouldn't do those type of things, they're like, okay, or now these females are being hoes, so I'm gonna be a hoe too, and they just continue that everlasting cycle, and they just keep doing it when they're out. And then people also do the same thing with weed and alcohol. They're like, oh, if everybody's smoking and drinking and having a good time, then I'm gonna do it too. Like that's just stupid.
Yeah,
Videos.
yeah, because I think it's just different. But like, yeah, because I don't think it's necessarily weird. Like, not do like the things that you said, because
No,
you know everyone's
yeah. I think it is. I think it's weird if you do smoke and if you do drink and if you do those type of things. I think those are the real weirdos. Like, especially if you come to me and you try to you have the audacity to talk down upon me when you're doing something like that. Like I personally I don't understand at all how it's fun to go out to a party, get drunk, drink the entire night, get wasted, and wake up the next morning and not have any idea or remember what happened. Like I don't understand how that's fun at all. Like the people that do that's just weird. That's weird. That's weirdo activity right there. Like I just don't understand it. But
I
shit.
think psychologically it's like a whole bunch of it's like because I think like Gen Z or like the generation after is probably ironically like even though it shouldn't be like that, I think they're probably like the most depressed out of like all the previous like eras and
Mm-hmm.
generation and stuff. And
Yeah.
I feel like and humans are naturally social, right?
Mm-hmm.
And psychologically like when they're depressed and shit, I feel like I mean not that it applies to everybody, but yeah, it's just like there's just many it's just a whole cycle of just
Yeah.
fucked upness, yeah. But
Like this. I have a link to a playlist below where you can find more videos similar to this on similar topics, especially that video that we did on surprising things mentioned in the Quran. Yeah, very mind-blowing. It's fascinating, very interesting episode. Link to that is down below in the video description section. I'll also have it for you in the card section of this episode. Now moving on to number 5, slaughtering animals the wrong way. This is also haram. So if a Muslim is slaughtering an animal without saying Allah's name, it'll be considered haram. A person should say Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Also, this is what the Quran has to say in Surah 6 verses 121. Eat not, O believers, of that meat on which Allah's name has not been pronounced at the time of slaughtering of the animal, for it is fisik, which is a sin. Most of you, even if you're not Muslim, probably knew this already. Eating pork, that is haram. Even if you use Allah's name during the slaughtering of a pig, eating pork is still going to be haram. Surah 5 verses 3 says this: prohibited to you are dead animals, blood, the flesh of swine, and that which has been dedicated to other than Allah. And those animals killed by strangling, or by a violent blow, or by a headlong fall, or by the goring of horns, and those from which a wild animal has eaten, except what you are able to slaughter before its death, and those those which are sacrificed of stone altars, and prohibited is that you seek decision through divining arrows. That is grave disobedience. This day those who believe have despaired of defeating your religion. So fear them not, but fear me, the day I have perfected for you your religion and completed my favor upon you, and have approved for you Islam as religion. But whoever is forced by severe hunger with no inclination to sin, then indeed Allah is forgiving and merciful.
I guess
So yeah,
I guess all that rule applies unless like it's necessary for survival and you don't have any other option. Then I guess like whatever is there. But
very long passage that included the point that eating pork is haram in Islam. In number 3, we have suicide. In the hadith, specifically Bukhari Janaiz 84, it says, "He who commits suicide by throttling shall keep on throttling himself in the hellfire forever. And he who commits suicide by stabbing himself shall keep on stabbing himself in the hell."
that's like, cause like that's just gotta be like, bro. Like imagine you go through hell right in life, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, and then boom, everything's gonna be over, right? But not even after that, even though it's supposed to be, like you just end up in hell forever. So it's like that pain is there even before death and after. So it's like that.
But it's arguably gonna be worse after death
Yeah,
because it's gonna be happening over and over and over again and never stop forever.
yeah. Then it sucks because for some people it's not like even by choice. Some people like I don't know, it's genes and stuff like it's just I don't know. Human bodies are just yeah.
Mm.
Because some people it's not like they do it purposely. Maybe the way they were born or like the situation and stuff. But
Elaborate on that.
elaborate on that, like well, born certain way. Maybe like I don't know. They were born. You know how certain people are born. I don't want to use the term retarded. There's because that was the term before, but now there's a different term for it.
Handicap or something.
Handicapped or like or something like that. Or like maybe like mentally deficient, or is deficient the right word? Maybe I don't know if I'm using the correct terms, but like maybe like you can't capable the same as other people. So like, and then like that leads to you like I don't know being treated differently than others would, and that it just continues affecting you. So like maybe it just goes back to the idea like what everyone is not born equally in a way.
Yeah. I think like with stuff like that, you just really need to like try to find and surround yourself with like the right people and like the right friend group and just positive people. That's why like even in high school, there were a lot of people that I knew that like smoke and stuff and skip class and did a bunch of stuff. And like even though like I'll be like casual friends with them and stuff and like maybe do certain activities with them, but like I wouldn't really like try to go out my way to be around them too much, especially like just certain things that I had to go through like during high school and stuff and like my mental health and all that. It just wouldn't be right for me to go out of my way to hang out with those type of people because they would just feel those negative emotions even more and make it even worse. But then there are other people that I hung out with and stuff like you, for example, being friends with you and people like you that just make like if I was to ever be going through something, having a friend like you would like it's like all right, like how do I say, like in the Bible it says that bad companies corrupt good morals. And for example, I do personally feel like well, a lot of things in life I do have good morals behind it. Most of my intentions are I want to believe are pure. So if I surround myself with people that have bad intentions, then it's gonna corrupt what I got going on. That's why a lot of people that don't smoke weed or drink or anything or sleep around or whatever, they succumb to peer pressure and they fall into that type of stuff. And they end up doing all that stuff and all that shit. But that's why. But overall, back to what I was saying though, like if you surround yourself with good people and good friends and all that, then those type of thoughts and stuff and intrusive thoughts and suicidal thoughts and all that, it might be easier to like combat and battle if you have the right people around you.
Yeah, to an extent, because it's also hard to like put yourself in that situation in the first place, because like it's hard to find people that are genuinely good, also, So it's
Yeah.
like it may take a long time, but yeah, like you gotta be able to like recognize it. Like Conrad said earlier too, I may have a lot of friends, but like, I feel like genuinely like I only have like less than 5 people that I could tell like real shit to. Like Conrad is one of them for sure, and like you could have like a lot of friends. But you also gotta recognize the real ones that are actually gonna be there. You gotta differentiate between the real and the fake.
Yeah.
Hellfire. Number 2, a very big haram thing, making statues and pictures, especially when it comes to prophets of Islam. Now, in the hadith narrated by Abdullah ibn Umar, this is what it
this right here, in the Bible, I'm pretty sure, like, it says something about, no, I'm not even pretty sure, like, I'm sure, like, in the Bible, it says something about, like, making, statues and things like that of, Jesus and God and worshiping it and stuff, like, so, like, you see, like, you know what a Jesus piece is?
And what piece?
A Jesus piece is basically, like, any type, like, some rappers, they have, like, jewelry or, like, let me search it up and show you. Wait, did I spell peace right?
PEIC. You spelled it like my Instagram name, God's. Oh, by the way, go follow me there, God's Master Peace, but it's supposed to be P. Never mind, but yeah, go follow me.
Yeah, like stuff like this, like people would be wearing stuff like this, Jesus pieces, like this. It's like basically jewelry, but it has Jesus's face on it. But this isn't technically Jesus, so it's like they're kind of like idolizing or like worshiping someone who isn't actually Jesus. This isn't what Jesus looks like, and it's like a false depiction of what he actually looks like. So it's like the same thing in Islam too. Imagine, like, I'm not too versed in Islam and everything. I'm getting better at it, but like, for example, like, let's just say, all right, you know what, I'm gonna ask you, what does it describe like Muhammad to look like? Huh? Oh no, she said we don't need to pick her up. What does Muhammad look like?
That's a good question. I
could Google it.
Yeah, I want to say without like.
My mom texted me like 2 minutes ago, so I don't have to pick her up. So.
Oh, no.
Wait, what does
You sure though?
Well, my mom, yeah, I texted her. One of her friends is working with her.
Wait, I say instead of images, go to all, because I don't think like all is in web, because there might be like a description, because I don't think there's like a specific. I just want to see like an answer. That's what did Prophet? Oh, that one about Islam, the second website. Sorry, the other one.
This?
Yeah. What did Prophet Muhammad look like? Sorry, just want to see. First, in order to understand his manners, his morals, and is therefore only. No, it doesn't say anything about that. Oh, damn.
All right, but basically though, my point is, like, let's just say the Quran described Muhammad as like looking a specific way, and then after that, then people go out and they like misconstrued the perception of him and like how he looks, and then they put like a like, let's just say the Quran describes him to be a dark-skinned person with short hair, and then after that, everybody else, like, they take that image and they misconstrued it and they make him a white person with long blonde hair and blue eyes and like with tattoos and stuff, and then they started wearing stuff like that. Like, I see a lot of people do stuff like that, and they have like, even people that claim to be Christians or go to church and stuff, and they have Jesus pieces, and it just really confuses me because it's like, I don't think I don't even like really get mad at them. It's just like it confuses me because it's like, I don't think they truly understand that that's like something that's you shouldn't do. Or maybe they do understand it, but it's just like they just overlook it or don't look at it. Because there's certain things that I think there's certain things that I do too that, like, in the Bible it says like not to do, like, but I kind of like it like, for example, I think it says like men shouldn't have like long hair and stuff, but I have dreads. I'm gonna cut them off eventually though, but maybe before the end of this year. But yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is there a word for like haram and for Christian? It's just sin, right?
Yeah.
But it's not really a word. Okay.
Yeah.
Allah's messenger said, those who make these images will be punished on the day of resurrection, and it will be said to them, make alive what you have created. And finally, most Muslims would agree on this, that shirk is the biggest haram thing in the religion of Islam. Shirk refers to associating partners with Allah, and this is the most serious thing. It's said that the Prophet Muhammad said these
No, I just want to continue
these words. Shall I not tell you of the most serious of the major sins? We said, of course. O Messenger of Allah. He said, associating anything in worship with Allah. Also, there's a verse in the...
Yeah.
Like referred to their other, like significant other as like God.
Wait, you said do people actually do that?
Yeah, like do they refer to their significant other as God and shit? Oh, not
yeah.
actually.
Yeah. And I think, and people also do it as in like they would have their significant other and they'll worship them like so much more than what they worship God. So and I think that's like in Christianity and in Islam to like put God first before anything. Like is that in Islam, like to put God before like your family, and like that should be your number one priority, God?
Allah first, and then
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people they don't do that. Like they're like they worship their significant other more than God. That's why I always say whenever I get into a relationship, I don't want to just get into a relationship just to go on dates and stuff like that. I want to actually get into a relationship so I can find someone to settle down with and marry in the future, hopefully. But that person has to have a religious background. If they don't have a religious background, I would like them to start to dabble into it so that we could both prioritize God at the center of our relationship, because I feel like that's gonna help it hold it together. Because I have a uncle and aunt in Jamaica, and that's literally how their household is with their relation. They're Christians and their relationship with God and Jesus and all that, and like I can see it like whenever I'm around them and stuff, and like like that's literally at the forefront of their relationship, and that holds them together so I didn't mean to curse, but that holds them together so good. But yeah.
Wait, Conrad, pull up your Instagram story post from this morning.
What do you mean?
Your Instagram post from this morning on your story.
Hold on. Wait, I'm confused. What did I put on my story?
From this morning.
Good night. What?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, never mind. You deleted it. What the fuck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Never mind. Shit, that shit disappeared. Man.
Wait, what were you gonna? You were referring to that one. No. Wait. Were you referring to the one that I made where I said I wanted a girlfriend? Or well, the person in the thing that I reposted, they said like it said, I'm tired of this single stuff now. I think I want a relationship.
Oh no, man! I thought you were going for like sneaky links and stuff. My bad. You know, wrong assumptions again.
I don't know. I'm telling you, like that type of stuff, I cannot succumb to that type of stuff because I have God leading me down a path that most other people don't go down. So I can't, and He's telling me not to do that, so I'm not doing it.
The Quran, Surah 4, verses 48, and this is what it has to say. Indeed, Allah does not forgive association with Him, but He forgives what is less than that for him who He wills. And he who associates others with Allah has certainly fabricated a tremendous sin. So in the religion of Islam, only Allah can be seen or viewed or worshipped in the position of Allah. Nobody else or nothing else can be compared. And now you know 10 things that are haram in Islam if you didn't know before. Be sure to let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and also check out the videos that I did recommend to you. You'll really enjoy those ones. My social media links are below in the video description section as well, so you can follow me and shoot me a message over there. And it's always great hanging out.
Haram things in Islam, and yeah, wait, what is left?
That's it.
No way his outro is that long.
Yeah, he's just plugging on his social media and stuff and telling them to follow him on places.
Got that. Alright, but yeah, what did you think of which one did you think was the worst one out of the 10, would you say?
For me personally, I thought that like the different haram things were like all equal. Like there was nothing that was like greater than something else. Cause like I think, well, I don't know. It was kind of like for me, like in the Bible, it says like all sins are judged equally, but at the same time,
Uh-huh.
there's like the 7 deadly sins. Then, and I think those are like greater than all other sins. But um, I don't know which one I
Okay.
think is the worst one out of all of these is.
If anything, let me rephrase the question. Which one would you say is like the hardest to would be the hardest to follow out of all? Because the worst doesn't really. Yeah, you're right about that. So I would say which
But
one is the hardest?
I mean,
Yeah.
if I was to say the worst out of all these, I would probably say mistreating your wife, and then the hardest one to follow. The hardest one to follow, I would
I think
say.
you're gonna say that would be the hardest one to follow.
Yeah. No, the hardest one to follow.
Fornication.
Making statues.
You
No,
know,
I
I
think
think
I think the hardest one to follow would be the adultery and fornication. Not like physically having sex. I think the right person that has God in their life could like hold themselves back, but like once you start to do like you start watching I don't know if I could say the word, but corn. If you once you start watching that, like it's gonna get to a point where it's like it's gonna be hard to like overcome it, and it's gonna be like hard to break through it. So it's gonna, but like I feel like once it comes to like actually um fornicating with like another adult, you can hold yourself back from doing that. But I think if you control yourself the right way from a young age and you have good parents and stuff, all of these things are avoidable.
it sounds like you know a lot about this.
Yeah.
All right,
But
that's it for the video. Shit.
Nah, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.
Wow.